Good morning. It is Guido, and we have another live Coffee Talk, or Coffee Talk Live, coming to you from the left side of the Atlantic. It's Guido.
And it's Pilgrim from the correct side of the Atlantic, chilling with a Guido mug. Buy one today.
Excellent, excellent. Good morning to the fans of the #1 World of Tanks Coffee Talk in the 0700 Central and whatever Z it is. Is it 13Z?
It is definitely 1300 hours at the moment in time, sir.
13Z Zulu time. UTC. Also, it's got another name. Zulu. What is it? Zulu UT Greenwich Mean Time. Yes.
GMT. Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of time slots we're #1 in.
We're #1 across the world.
Yeah, it's all the same time slot, but we're #1.
Absolutely, that's us. That's how we roll.
That's right. Good morning, Bonzi, Stickler, Triple M, everybody else who's out there watching or watching the VOD. Cheers. I have a nice French roast today. What you got?
I've got Royal Blend because Her Majesty is sat at home, locked down. She's not allowed out. Having her Royal Blend at the same time.
Excellent, excellent.
There you go.
We'll talk about the Queen a little bit later when we get into the tank chats, because there's a pretty funny little anecdote there with good old what's his name? Why can I never remember the guy's name? The mustache, the big mustache.
No idea.
The tank chats guy. Tank chats guy.
Oh yes, sorry. David
Fletcher.
Yeah.
Almost sir, but probably
My
not.
sound is low, Guido. The boys are telling me my sound.
Oh my gosh, I
There
hate
we
that.
go.
All right, how about now?
Testing. Can you hear me, Twitches?
Oh, that's because I got the wrong one. I'm turning up. That's great. Try it again.
Testing. Twitches, can you hear me?
Oh, that should be better.
Louder. Still very low, says
Oh,
Wayne.
what the heck?
Well,
better.
Yeah,
All right,
where's the engineer when you need him?
An engineer told me before he died. Do you know that song?
I do. Should we sing it?
No. I wonder how close your version is. We'll have to talk about that off camera.
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it, to see which is the differences?
I'm sure we got it from you guys, but that is a pretty standard fighter pilot song, and I'm assuming pretty. Is it a rugby song actually?
It is actually a rugby song.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the fighter pilot songs are also rugby songs. I don't know if which way they crossed, but I think they're.
Yeah, no. Generally, it starts off in rugby. It's like "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot."
Yes.
It generally starts off as a rugby song and then gets, for want of a better word, bastardized by the military.
Another one of my favorites. Tui. All right. Anyway, where were we?
So you can hear me, guys. I'm happy.
Where we were trying to fix sound, and then we started talking about songs. We should stream a song fest once. That would be pretty funny.
Randall says you're talking over me too much. Look, you need to turn me up again.
What?
Yeah, I'm getting depreciated, Suey. Thank you.
I don't know why you're low, because I've got you cranked all the way up.
Let me just check my settings.
No.
Shouldn't make any difference, but we'll check.
Actually, I guess what I can do. Hold on. All right, you guys are gonna have to look.
Well, I'm 100% on my.
They're gonna have to look behind the mirror here. How do I get to your? What the? Thought I could turn you up here somehow. Why not? Why can't I? Why can't I do that? Usually you can. Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, you're just gonna have to yell. You're just gonna have to yell.
I can do that. I can do this all, baby.
There you go.
Parade! Oh, wait. I mean, is it cool? Still muffled? Muffled?
It shouldn't be.
Slightly muffled.
It should be. I don't understand why it's doing that.
All right. As long as you can hear me, guys, I'll make it loud.
Let me try this.
Sergeant Major on the parade ground.
Did that help a little bit? It is the world's.
Testing.
You will note it is not the world's greatest audio channel.
No, it's not. We never claim that though.
No.
We always claim that audio is a problem.
It's my special struggle.
Technology, wonderful.
It is my special
I love
struggle.
the spelling.
Somebody sent me a message. Did somebody tell me how to fix it? No, that's the notification that we've gone live. All right, let's talk about some tank stuff. What do we got here?
Let's press on.
Yeah,
I'll come closer to the mic. Hang on. There we go.
Okay, so intros are over. We're going to move on. 100 Battle Challenge still going. I think I've played 2 games in the last 2 days on my NA account just to make sure I get and we'll talk about it. The Tankwords are out, and there's actually a couple good prizes on that, actually.
Right.
I think the EU one's slightly easier, from what I could tell.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at that. Still continuing EU. I'm about 330 battles. I'll be continuing to kick out the new player experience videos. If there's anything you guys want or interested in as far as new player experience, go ahead and throw that out there to me. Send me a message or whatever. Yeah, Wayne,
we'll get to it. Yeah.
Don't steal our thunder, baby, because that's going to be fun.
We are so getting to that. We are so. I was only just filled out with the details this morning from Guido because I thought something else was going on, and then I got filled in with the details, and I'm like, I am now utterly raging. Although this doesn't look like I'm raging, but I am totally raging about it. Yes.
Get your pitchforks out. We're gonna.
Yeah, there you go.
We may need the torches for this one too, so we're gonna rabble. We're gonna rabble.
We are. I am going to be a rebel today.
Yeah. The DCS stuff isn't happening this afternoon. We didn't get enough guys signed up, so if you're going to watch the Pilot X versus the World, we're not planning on doing that. We may stream. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll kick a stream off. How about a pop-up Guido stream? That would be fun.
That'd be fun, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Just Guido streaming. Yay. Anyway. Next.
Just sitting there scratching your chin,
yeah.
looking at the ceiling like that. Yeah. Guido. This is Guido.
I don't know if you were here the week I talked about this, but we need to continue to work. I have it in bold up here at the top, and we haven't done it yet, but we still need to have the Conspiracy Coffee Talk live.
Yeah, absolutely, we do. Absolutely.
Yeah. Bringing every conspiracy to the table and try to get to the core conspiracy. Heisenberg, what's up?
Well, do you know what? We've got some information that we'll do subject to jour that will kick that right off.
Yeah.
Off the Russian server, of course.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay, I like it. That's another teaser. That's a teaser, folks.
That's a teaser.
It's like when you're watching a show or the news and they talk about something, but that's coming later. You have to watch all the rest of.
Yeah, you have to watch all the adverts in between as well. All that crappy adverts for crappy soda drinks, and then
and all of the rest of our drivel.
Yeah. Lisenberg, good morning.
Okay, so let's see, DCS. Next stream, I will be streaming Monday for Stack Up, I believe. And then Tuesday, hopefully Tuesday and Wednesday, actually, because I took one day off to go talk to the little Rugrats about Veterans Day, and then the next day is Veterans Day that we have off. So expect 1, maybe 2 streams from me on my channel, and then the Monday stream for Stack Up. That's the expectation, but we'll see how it goes.
Busy days.
That's how it goes. That's all I got, man. Anything else for channel news? You got any more channel news for us?
No, I think you've covered it. I mean,
right.
It'll be interesting to discuss the differences with the EU because we've run together quite a bit on the EU, really.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've the same as you. I've neglected my NA account slightly. So it'll be interesting to just have a deeper discussion about the differences, not so much in gameplay as well, but everything else, because it seems like they get different packages, they get different, bonuses and so on and so on. So it's quite nice we can dig into that later, I guess.
I'm hoping I get to it today. I have probably, without exaggerating, 20 items for Miserable Monday EU style again this week. I'm hoping I get to that because there was some epic stupidity that I ran into.
Okay.
You know what?
I hope, and this is me forcing my way in there, but I hope you got that 430 giveaway shot that I just lobbed. Anyway, you go back.
Oh, you sent that? Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, it was probably the. Anyway, I'm not going to go into it. But
okay.
It was so. I was just crying with laughter because this 430 just must have had the worst day of his life right there.
Well, that's like the Mad Dog replay I just put on the channel. I was watching that as a first look, so I didn't know what was going to happen. And he was cranking up the damage. I'm like, okay, we're talking about the differences of steeps, How about that guy that corrected me?
Yeah, no, bless him. He's new to the channel. He went, no, Guido, it's spelt steps and it's pronounced steps. And I went, no, it's not. It's steps.
You stupid peasant. It's steps. I know. But when
no problem.
when he ate that 110 or that FV shot, I just went, oh shit.
Yeah. But where did that come from? And it was so hard to kill. I mean, the FV had a charmed life. I don't know how he could hide behind rocks because it's massive. It's a sugar barn, isn't it?
Yeah. I just thumped him. All right.
Where were we?
I don't know. I had something else.
Channel news out the way.
Yeah, it's out of the way. It's time to shill. I think somebody said yes. Stickler, let us shill, my friend.
Let us shill.
Let us shill. Let me reset this whole thing. It's gonna work. It's gonna not work for me, isn't it? Correct. It is gonna not work. So I have to get into properties and I have to do some stuff and some things and stuff.
Well, that's all right. That's the way we do it. There you go.
All right, folks. What do we got? Oh, I'm on a U. Is this a U? This is the yes.
I can go to E if you really want to talk about it.
All right.
Not that it'll do the NA any good.
Too many things. All right. Here we are. Featured items. We still have the Hawk 30 with the Dia de los Muertos. We have Commander AF's Choice, which turns out to be a pretty decent discount for the tank of the week. Plus, it looks like you can still put coupons in it. So that's one to watch. I mean, she comes out, she gives us a 15% discount, and then we can add a coupon on it. So you're really getting a fairly deep discount on a tank. So I would keep an eye out for those. If she happens to put one up that you like, it might be worth pulling the trigger on that.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it's a shame I've got that because I've got a coupon that can go onto that as well, and that takes it right down. But hey, already got it.
Eagle 7. We're not doing it yet. We're not doing it. It is for sale, though. It is for sale. All right. Actually, that's the good deal. Never mind. I was thinking the other thing, the King Tiger. This is actually a good deal, folks. We'll get to the veteran thing in just a minute, but it was given out for free to some people. The Carnarvon is out. There's a lot of good tanks out. The Furry is out. I know it's Fury. Okay, I know. Furry.
Yeah, but we want to call it furry because it's furry.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That was a cool movie.
I liked it. Yeah, I like the fact that the realism was almost there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a couple of films that are out there that depict it very close to how it is, and that makes it so much better to watch. You know.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those guys that sits in the chair, the film's played, and I'm going, "There's no way that would happen. No, that's not right." And my missus go, "Will you just shut up and watch the film?"
Yeah. Hold on while I get rid of somebody here.
Okay. We're getting spammed. Well, there you go. It's because you're getting bigger.
Yeah, we're awesome now. How do I get rid of this clown? Wait a minute, what?
It's quite a few.
Oh, there it is.
Well, it's probably the same idiot with lots of different names.
Yeah.
I don't know. How's it work? It's technology.
What the heck? Why am I... Oh, jeez. Why can't I not get rid of this? Why is this person now permanently big?
I'm on bigfollows.com. Really?
I've completely lost the plot on this. Why can't I get rid of this?
It's an RU. It's a Russian server thing. Look at that kicking off.
Awesome. All right, so we'll ban this person.
You need mods now. Yeah, exactly, Banzai. You need mods now.
I know. Shit, what a pain in the rear. Problem is, it's stacking these things up and they won't go away. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I do. You know what? I've been talking about that with Pilgrim, and that's what I need to do. Did I miss some? I did miss some. This person is still here.
So I'll keep them amused while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I sit and watch a film picking it to pieces. My missus.
I think I got it.
Have you got more of it?
Yeah, I think so.
I was just getting into this.
Go ahead. Fire off.
I also do it with like James Bond films, and I do it with. The worst one is if I do it for a rom-com. If I have to sit through a rom-com, right, because she wants to watch it, and it's Saturday night date night, and I've got my pizza on my plate, and we have to watch whatever it is, Legally Blonde or something.
Did you say pizza?
Pizza, yeah. So we have a date night with pizza. We don't have a relationship date night.
Got me pizza.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's Italian food. That's romantic, isn't it?
It's delicious. I love pizza.
So I'm there with my meat feast. She's there with her ham and cheese, watching Legally Blonde. And I'll rip it to pieces. There's no way she could drive a car like that. No, she can't park it properly. Blah, blah. She's like, will you F off and play tanks and leave me alone? Sod the date night.
And it's all according to plan.
It all worked.
Yes.
Hello, Twisted. How are you, bud?
All right, gold. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Does featured have the tank?
Have we done all the tanks? There is
We
the
did.
Scorpion over there.
Yeah, the scorpions, the baby scorpions there, as well as the Cromwell B. Okay, so the tank in question did not show up there. There's nothing else to talk about in gold. It's all
No, gold
pretty
is bringing
standard.
account pretty standard.
Yeah, nothing there. Nothing there. Vehicules, is this where it exists? So there's actually a lot of good vehicles on sale. So
It is.
this is my standard warning at this point of the year is Christmas is coming. So you do you with your money, but you know there's going to be a lot of stuff for sale pretty soon. I like this tank. The 4503 is a good tier 7 actually.
Yeah, it's classed as the third Tiger, isn't it? Tiger 3.
Yep.
It's what they call it, isn't it? Yeah.
Ah, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Notice, and we'll get to it, but the King Tiger is for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Available to me. We'll talk about why. I know most of you know why, but the plot thickens on that one. Specials. I don't think there's anything to add. The IS-2S shielded is decent.
It is a decent tank. I quite liked it. I grinded that quite a lot when it first came out. I played it a lot, and I
really?
still go back to it again. Yeah, I did enjoy it. It's just that slightly. All right, you know, the bed springs on the side don't do much, but it's, you know, it does reduce HE, but it is quite a nice tank.
I think the IS-2M is better. Over
Yes,
there,
yeah,
actually, it's for sale too. Look at this. I just found it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
exclusive to me, so I'm not sure which. I think maybe that's Prime Gaming or something. Is that the Prime?
Yeah, it could be because I
yeah.
don't have it.
This is the Prime Gaming list down here. So if you've got the Prime
Right.
Gaming thing going on, then you can get an IS-2M. I find that one better than the IS-2S, but
Yeah.
that's just me. It's a little bit slower, I think, and a little bit more heavily armored.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's the shilling, folks. I mean, we just didn't shill very well.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's parking passes, there's garage slots that are being discounted by 50%.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. For me, I could get 10 garage slots for £5. So if
Yeah.
you're still doing the grind, absolutely, that's useful to have. But yeah.
Always look for missions for garage slots because they come up quite a bit. Try to pay attention to those if you're free to play or you're trying to minimize the amount that you spend, which I think most people do. Look for those things because they do come up quite often, and you're able to expand your garage. Sometimes you get a free low-tier tank. If you're not a collector, you can sell it and get a garage slot.
Yeah.
That all works. All right, let's see what we got missions-wise here. So there's still a lot of stuff going on, Pilgrim. We've got
Yeah.
Myrni's over. That's ended.
Yeah, that's done. That's today, wasn't it? Or last night it went.
But we've got Ranked.
Yeah.
We have Steel Hunter.
Yeah, coming. Yeah.
Oh, is it not? I thought it started. Nope, 7 days. Starts in 7 days.
Yeah, 16th of November.
Yeah. So we got both those things going on. We have
Battle Pass.
Battle. That's the other one I was thinking of. Yeah. So Steel Hunter coming up. Ranked is ongoing. We have Battle Pass going. Where are you on Battle Pass?
I'm at 41 now, but again, that's purely because I haven't been playing an air count for almost a week. I've dipped in and did 1 game, 2 games, 10 games, and so on.
Booyah.
So I'm at 41, but bear in mind, not that I'm going to do it because I want to play it through, but in 10 hours' time, you can purchase stages for Battle Pass.
Oh, good call. Did not know
That
that.
comes open.
Yeah, with the gold and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So if you really want to get there and you've got spare gold, that's a way to get yourself up. And
I thought I'd
I
already.
think that takes you up to 45, doesn't it? And then after that, you continue the grind.
I thought I'd
All
already.
right?
I thought I had already done. Oh, the individual stages.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah,
not the initial 20 purchase, but
No.
yeah.
No, it says you can purchase any number of stages in 10 hours time, which means you can take it up to 45, I think.
Oh, you can't purchase the bonus, the elite.
No, you can't go to bonds. You can't go to bonds. It'll take you to 45, and then it goes to the elite progression. Is you can continue the motion with it. I think I haven't done it before because I've always grinded through, but because I'm behind with this, I might even just try it when it kicks off tomorrow for me. It'll be 10 hours time. So I might try and see what that does for me, if anything at all.
I mean, I'm on the 11th level of the elite already. I didn't even realize that, and I haven't been playing much. So that all happened before I got busy with EU. I didn't realize I'd gone that far on that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
That's not bad. I mean, considering you haven't played it at all. I mean, okay.
Well, because I have all that gold, then I'm able to buy the 20 initially, so that kickstarts it big time.
Yeah.
It is. There's a lot of good stuff, but it is quite expensive.
Yeah. It is money. It is money grabbing at the moment.
Speaking of that, did you notice the article talking about the #1 free-to-play game in Russia, the one that makes the most money? What do you think it is? Take one guess what it is.
World of Tanks?
Yeah. #1 in Russia, folks. Number one grossing free-to-play game.
Isn't that odd? Oh dear.
I didn't see the article break down any numbers for World of Tanks, but the one number they gave was fascinating to me, and it's the average Russian free-to-play player, not just the Tanks player, but average whatever game it is, spends $23 a year on the game. Average.
Really?
Yeah.
Crikey, I could spend that in a day.
Yeah. But that's not World of Tanks. That's all of them. I mean, it could be Candy. It could be Candy Crush or whatever. I don't think that one covered mobile games. It might have. It was a very large number for a very large thing. Free to play was the key, I think, in that.
Do you think? I think this. I think the NA server. I think I've mentioned it before. Per capita per head spend a lot more. I think
they do, but I think the total number of what they make on NA is very much smaller than.
Oh, it's going to be the overall.
Yeah,
it's going to be but each individual, I think, probably spends more than possibly not EU, but definitely Russia.
Well, I mean, clearly the game in NA makes enough to have several offices, at least one office in Austin.
Got,
for PC anyway. They've got I don't know what the other offices do. I know they have a console office somewhere else, or they did anyway.
Was it not in Chicago? Was it?
Yeah, it sounds right. I don't know if they closed it. There was something about that, but the Austin office has ships and tanks at it. PC.
Yeah, no, that's true, Duke. People are free to do what they like with their money.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to spend it on a game that's free to play. I mean, there are elements of this game that would not force you down the line, but it makes it a less complicated, a less difficult game to progress in if you spend money on it. You can do it free to play.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely, 100%, which is what you're doing on your EU.
Yeah, none of that is a comment. None of that is a comment for me on what you do with your money. I've said that. I always say that, like, dude, whatever.
Wargaming have got to pay the wages, haven't they?
Sure, yeah. But that will actually play into our conversation a little while later, though.
It will, won't it?
Yeah. All right. So let's see what we got going on. We've got those big things going on we already talked about.
Yeah.
The special gift for veterans is right here. If you are signed up for the ID Me, then you got a free Tier 7 Eagle 7. Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
cool,
I'm trying to remember, guys. Did veterans get a free tank last year? I think they did. Was it the Thunderbolt?
It may well have been. Yeah, it may well have been. Yeah.
I think we got the Thunderbolt 7 last year, sometime around this same time.
Yeah,
when
it
they
does
kicked
ring
it
a
off.
bell. It does. I remember because then it went on sale.
Yeah.
This is what we'll get into as well. But it went on sale as well. So
Stickler's got it. Was the Thunderbolt 7? That's how I got that tank. Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy. That it's also on sale, and then you've got some special missions for it to get some decals and flags and some cola and kits and stuff along the way.
Yeah, and also if you've got it already, you'll get and you're a Salute member, you get your 1,200, your 1.2 million.
Yeah.
Is it
Thank you for the
1.2?
follow, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I don't. Can you read the name,
yeah, cool.
Pilgrim? Who was
Duke
it?
of Norfolk.
All right.
Good
Thanks,
follow,
man.
Duke of Norfolk. Thank you.
Appreciate that. We were in the middle of babbling when you did that, but I appreciate it. All right. So the tier 7. I think it's a bit of a hard sell on that, as far as they do put a blurb in there, say, hey, if you're a veteran and you haven't signed up for ID Me, you should sign up for ID Me. I discussed that a lot when it came out. That is another personal preference. I know some people aren't going to do it because they're worried about ID fraud, or what is the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm not helping you because
I'm giving away their information. God, CRS just hit me, man.
CRS.
CRS.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, data protection.
There you go. Thank you. Data protection. But that's up to you. It's standard stuff. I'm not. In the U.S., all that stuff is public domain knowledge. So I'm not giving away anything that isn't out there. However, there is an argument to not give away stuff all packaged together. So
Yeah.
There you go.
But it's all under gambling laws and all the rest of it, isn't it? I guess it's all that nonsense as well.
Identity theft.
Identity theft. There you go.
That's right.
There you are. That's where we're at. Look at Stickler with it. I just live down the road from the server in Chicago and get great ping. Well, aren't you the lucky one?
To the console? Oh, no, to the central server. Oh, nice.
The central server.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
If it's just down the road, you're only getting like 3 ping, aren't you?
He's probably hacking it.
Oh,
He's probably a hacker.
Hanukkah, is it Hanukkah? Hanukkah 85. We're NA server players and EU server players. The Guido is in the United States and I'm in the United Kingdom. You're just asking where we're from.
Oh, yeah. I just started an EU account, so I'm playing on both right now, as does Pilgrim. Plays on both. Yeah.
Because we've said this before, I have no life.
Well, we're both in our basements right now.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Mom, can you get me some cereal? My wife's going to come in here and whack me over the head. Shut up!
I'm just waiting for the house to come bursting through here.
Seem like, did you just call me Mom, you little...
On stream?
Yeah, you little weirdo. Get back in the basement.
Yeah, get in the basement. We have them in the attic. We don't keep people in the basement. We keep them in the attic.
Don't you keep them in the little stairs?
Yeah, that's it. That's
underneath the stairs.
Oh, under the stairs, the little cupboard.
Yeah. Isn't that where?
We normally make that a guest toilet.
It's where what's his name lived.
Yeah,
Harry Potter, the wizard.
That one. Yeah, you've watched the films and read the book on the excuse that you're doing it with your kids, but you actually were interested.
I never read the book. I never read the books.
Didn't you?
No, because I don't actually like teen fantasy books. I think they kind of suck.
Yeah, but you watched the film.
I know I just alienated a bunch of the watchers right there. But
everybody's switching off.
I like the content. I like the idea. I like all of it. It's the writing's bad to me. It just sucks. I mean, you're talking about something that's trying to take on Tolkien.
Well,
right?
Yes, exactly.
And it's aimed at young adults or teenagers. It's the prose is going to be so.
I know. Yeah, let's stop. Let's stop and let's get back to Tank.
But I like the movies. I mean, they were fine. It was entertainment. Like, yeah, okay, cool, like it.
Yeah, it's like me. I'll sit there and I'll rip it apart. There's no way you can do that. There's no way you can fly.
Since we're on this tangent, I'm going to tell you a family story. It was so bad, but when that was really kicking off, we were out in Utah for Christmas, and we were out getting gifts. We flew in and we didn't buy anything. We're in the thrash. We got there like 3 days before, and we're just running around trying to get everybody's stuff. And I got a lot of nieces and nephews out there. And one of my nephews loved Harry Potter, and he wanted the wand. So there was an electronic wand, and it made all the sounds and crap, You could wave it, and it would do stuff, and you could say stuff, and it would react and stuff.
Right.
So he's like, I want a Harry Potter one. He was probably 7, 6, something like that.
Right, okay.
We search all over the standard Christmas story. We cannot find this stupid wand. This store's out. That store's out. They haven't seen one. And we're walking out and talking, and someone overheard us, and they're like, oh, you looking for a Harry Potter wand? I'm like, yes. go over to whatever it is. They had like 3 left, so we rage over there. We get literally the last one, right? I had to fight off somebody I zapped them with it. So we're gonna be the heroes, right? Absolutely. We have found the item, and we managed to do it in 2 days before Christmas. And holy cow, my nephew is gonna be so fired up because nobody could find it. So we wrap it and put it under the tree.
Right. Yeah.
Morning comes, standard chaos. He gets to the wand. I'm elbowing Bridget, and I'm like, oh,
here we go.
This is gonna be awesome. He's like, oh, and he gets it out. I'm like, oh yeah, we're the hero. He undoes the whole thing, and he starts trying to do magic.
Okay.
And he thought it was real.
Oh my goodness!
He wanted it to, no kidding, do like a kid would,
Yeah, Expelliarmus.
Exactly.
How that word, Expelliarmus.
Exactly. The crestfallen look, and he just tosses it down. He's like, he goes, this is fake.
Great. Kids put you in your place, don't they? They really do.
And I'm like, where do I even start?
Oh,
man, poor kid. I mean, I felt for him because he was in the moment, right? The magic of Christmas, Harry Potter. I have a magic wand. Some stuff's going down right now, baby.
Yeah, I'm about to turn you into a pumpkin.
And it goes beep boop beep or whatever the stupid thing it does.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Awesome. You are no longer the favorite uncle.
No, you gave me a.
You're the one that gave me the fake one.
Yeah, it was either broken or fake. Either way, it's bad.
Traumatized me. You'll have issues later on in life now.
Dude, that was great, man. That story gets retold constantly.
Absolutely.
All right.
Right, let's get back to tanks, shall we?
I'm just looking at the rest of the stuff here. We did the gift. We got the Veterans Day is coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, let's take a quick look at the Tankwords.com.
Yeah.
Remember, there's one in EU and NA. I'm sure if you play both, you know that. But one is Tankwords.com. The other one's Tankwords.eu, so you can get to either one. You've got to log in. What we have now is Tier 1 looks like flags. Looks like some personal reserves, consumables.
Symbols.
Tier 2, some equipment. Class 1, this is really good.
It is, isn't it? You look at modified configuration class 1. I mean, that's expensive.
That's like 1 million credits worth of stuff right there.
Yeah.
A bunch of food. It's going to be less credits, but if you run food, that's always nice to throw some in because then it's free. Yeah. Or a style pack if you want. Yeah. We get over here, we've got ×5s, more personal reserves, premium consumables.
Yeah.
That's nice. Here's the slots I talk about. You can pick those up. More equipment. There's another like 1.5 million in equipment. Yeah. And that's good because it's improved rotation, aiming, and ventilator, not a GLD in sight.
No, which I think they've learned the lessons because probably everybody sold the GLDs.
Yeah, exactly.
I certainly did.
And then this week or this month, there's not 3 tanks, but there's 2 decent ones. The the M4 improved, whatever. But this is really a pretty good premium tank, the Thunderbolt 7, or 7 days of premium. So if you're free to play and you've got a couple premiums, you don't need them, then you grab that and you got a week of premium to crank up your grind. So that's pretty cool.
And it's all free. It's all you do is play the game. You don't have to do anything special, just play the game. So it's cool.
I think it's exactly the same on EU, right? Is it the exact same stuff?
Yeah, I haven't got EU up at the moment, but
let me see.
I'm pretty much sure that it'll be similar.
Yeah, the page is the same.
Have you got it up?
Yeah, the price.
Excuse me.
Yes, it looks pretty much exactly the same. Yep. So I'll have to make those decisions as I go on there. All right, that's cool. So make sure you get those rewards, guys. Don't let them hanging. Don't let them sit out there hanging. It happens automatically. So all you have to do is log into the page and put your Wargaming stuff in. It's a Wargaming site.
Does it holds off as well at the end, doesn't it? You can still claim your rewards for so many days after it's finished.
Until usually, I think, the day before the next one starts.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Here's the King Tiger. We're going to touch this later. We're not going to go there. The F217 Badger is on track right now.
That's still a force. It's still a good tank.
Yeah, and that's actually both EU and NA. It's
yes,
the one,
it is.
yeah.
It's on both. Yeah. I've just noticed that. Yeah.
All right. What else we got going on here? We did Day of the Dead, Gift of Veterans. It's an XP weekend on NA. Make sure you get Queen Maeve. She's still out there for Prime Gaming. And watch the new season of Mandalorian. So let's go over to the NA missions tab. I don't think there's much to add here, but we'll just take a quick look. There's no events right now.
No.
Battle Pass is ongoing. We've got ranked battles, increased discount for ranked battles. Tanks and Medals is ongoing. How does it? To the 15th. So you've got another week or so of that to crank those out. So those are just extra ways to get extra experience based on getting the epic medals or the awards. It says awards. Some of them are epic. These are for platoons, but it's a nice way to add another chunk of experience change onto your tank.
Yeah.
And then there's some equipment. Here's another one right here. Win medals.
Yeah.
Play a battle. You get 2 garage slots. Is that just play a battle? All right, so you have to have 20 tokens before you do it. So you get your 20 tokens, you play a battle, and you crank out some more garage slots and some barracks, which when you first start is kind of a pain because you're going to be low on barracks. But once you play for a while and get some free ones, you usually expand it out to where it's not a factor.
Yeah.
Not a factor at all.
Thank you, Saroncas. Hope we got your name right.
Cheers,
Great.
man.
Thank you for following.
So that's that. Multiplier's on track. It's the 50B. The Watt Salute has been going on for a year. That's for the veterans, community hunting. I don't know how... Have I finished this? Oh, very close. I'm almost done with stage 5. Look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wait. There's another stage. There's a stage 6 and a 7. And I'm not even close to done.
Never ending.
If I do this, I'm almost done.
Yeah. Cool.
No, there's a lot to that. Look at that. Look at all these little goodies and whatnots going on here. But that actually goes till the 11th, so you have a couple more days to crank that out. Normally I would have done that, but I haven't played NA very much. Tank rewards. Okay, that's the missions for that. Remember to throw in the code. I don't know if I still have... Do I have Commander AF's code in here? I don't think so. I haven't put...
Well, the latest one.
Yeah, I haven't put that code in yet, so it's not showing up.
All right. Well, it's Thank You Vets 11201. Yeah.
So remember, that's where it goes, guys. It goes in here, and the nice thing about that for Commander AF is if it adds some more tokens to your tank rewards. So if you struggle, yeah.
I mean, as part of the missions, a cooping challenge is it's doable. It's not difficult. Third class, first class, ace tanker. It's not difficult, is it?
Yeah, if you're not a veteran, because I get an extra 100, it's a little bit crazy. So all I have to do is play once a day, and I finish it.
Yeah.
For everybody else,
yeah.
For everyone who doesn't have the ID thing, you're going to have to play a bit. So it's nice to once a week get another 50 thrown on top.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
From Commander AF missions.
Thank you, MJ. That's brilliant. Thank you very much indeed.
Cheers. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Welcome to Coffee Talk, guys. Although this is tea, by the way. British tea. Don't do coffee.
Pilgrim. It's called Coffee Talk.
Yes, I know, but that's because I'm just allowing you to call it.
It's coffee. It's coffee, and we're talking about coffee. All right.
New York guys.
There's those Eagle 7 missions that you get if you either were given it as being a veteran, or if you buy it, you're going to get these extra missions and a couple little goodies.
Morning,
Queen.
Kjo, morning.
Queen Maeve kit. No, it's all good. That's it, man. That's it. What do we got daily-wise here?
Do you know what I did this morning? Right, here we go. Now we're on mission.
Well, hold on. Wait, what?
What did I do this morning?
We're not going to get into... Okay, go ahead. What did you do this morning?
The missions.
Oh.
Right, okay. The missions. Because we're talking missions, I did this morning. I noticed that on the website there was the university missions for November.
Are they up?
Well, yeah, no, I've already clicked them about a week ago when it first kicked off. I went through and tried to re-click them all thinking, it's not working. I'm not getting the university missions.
Send in a ticket.
I was raging. It said code invalid. I was going, no, I've copied and pasted. I was shouting at my computer this morning.
I'm so angry.
And then to add insult to injury, the server went into maintenance, so I couldn't do anything about it anyway. I was like,
Oh man, you need to send in a ticket and tell them to give you your missions. Also, a forum post might be in order.
Yeah.
Like
I want a phone number. I don't want to talk to a robot. I want a phone number. I want to talk to a person about this.
I think you need a super ragey forum post. Those put it in general so that no Wargaming employee sees it, and just tell them that, man, they better fix it.
Absolutely. I just want somewhere I can rage at.
Yeah.
How stupid can you get?
Why
are you clicking? They're going to say to me, Wargaming will say, why are you clicking the button when you've already clicked it? And you know how I hate having to click buttons to do anything.
That's true. Thank God it didn't have an X in it. Holy cow.
So
all right.
Anyway,
let's move on. Let's move on to subjects du jour. Did you guys get anything good in the drops? Did anybody actually get one of the 3D styles? Did you even hear of anybody getting a 3D style? I know that a lot of you got stimulants for the Mirny thing. That annoyed me, Pilgrim.
Stimulants. I got stimulants.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody got. There were skins to get, was there not? Or what was the big drops? What was the epic drops? Just skins, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gee, he's gone off drifting now. Yeah.
Well, what's irritated me is I'm back on my stream manager, and this dude's card is sitting here, and now I can't get rid of the card. All right, I'm gonna have to refresh the page and get rid of this guy. There we go. Now I've lost all the chat. I've lost all the chat. No, once you refresh the page, you start anew.
Oh dear. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It sucks, but
right. Well, I've still got it on mine, so I'll tell you what they're saying.
So,
most of the guys got stimulants only.
Randall says they're giving out a rate of 1 in 1 trillion.
1 in 1 trillion. Yeah.
Yeah,
no, Keijo, absolutely. Skins to be epic, really?
Well, that's a whole nother subject, isn't it, Kedge? Yes, and that's why we're talking about it. So you've kind of cut to the quick. That's exactly right. I mean, I think we touched on it. I think we touched on it in a stream when you and I were talking about it.
I think we did.
Because my position on it, tell me if you feel the same way, is if you're going to advertise your game. All right, so let me back that up. The Mirny thing was what they were clearly trying to promote. So the stimulants were a cool thing to have in the Mirny thing. But if you're also just trying to promote the game writ large, why would your little drops just be stimulants? Why wouldn't it be some kits or a piece of equipment?
Well, yeah, we said this last week, didn't we? We said, to include the whole gamer base, some that don't play the Mirny thing, some that are not interested, include the whole player base.
Yeah.
Drop some kits or whatever, little bits and pieces. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
A decal.
Nice. A decal or two. Yeah.
I'm serious. If they would have dropped a front spider, I'd have been all over it.
I'm going to sell you all mine. I have like thousands of decals, literally. I mean, the Halloween pumpkin, whatever it is, decal. Whatever they call it. They call it an emblem or something. I have like 400 of those. And they can't sell them. They're in the special box that you can't sell. I don't want them. What Wargaming? Let me sell them.
So I have 12 spiders.
Well, there you are. That's.
See, look at that. I mean, I could put a serious front spider on this bad boy. And everybody knows the front spider is the most powerful of all spiders.
It is. It's what makes you good at the game, apparently.
That's right. It brings you plus 10 RNG. I'm serious. It does.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I've seen it happen in real life. Real life.
in real life?
Yeah, I've seen somebody put a spider on the car, and it's gone 10 miles an hour faster. Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's part of conspiracy coffee talk.
Okay, Joe, do you want to do a pumpkin comparison count? Hang on a minute. I'll give you my exact figures.
Oh, should we see how many pumpkins we have? All right, hold on. This is going off the rails, but we're going to do it. Everything's a competition, by the way, just so you guys are all aware.
It always is.
Everything is a competition. All right, how many?
It's an emblem, isn't it? It's not. Yeah.
Is it a decal or emblem?
It's an emblem. I'm not going first. How many you got?
Well, I'm feeling bad because for some reason I only have 4. Which pumpkin are you talking about? This one?
I can't see it because it's crashed out on error #2000. So I don't know.
Refresh your page.
Oh, I lose all the chat if I do that.
That's all right.
Okay.
Nobody cares what those guys are saying.
Who cares about the customer?
That's good.
Customer service does not exist. Now I've gone into an advert.
Viewers go to 0.
You've done this on purpose. You put the boys on as an advert just so I get embarrassed every time because I thought it was a boy band. Right, hang on. Wait a minute.
All right, I gotta move us because I need to show everybody what I got here.
All right.
So I think they're talking about this.
Watching the boys at the moment.
This pumpkin, Halloween 2017, is the one for some reason they loved giving away, and I have 108 of those bad boys.
Right, I can see it now. 108. Okay. How many you got, Kjo? How many you got? Come on, guys.
Who wins? Who wins the pumpkin contest? It has to be the 20.
I'm winning at the moment because you haven't got more than me.
What do you have?
I'm not telling you until Twitch told us all. Till all the Guido followers tell us. Come on, guys.
You can't sell them either, can you? You have more than 108?
Yep. Look, see, Wayne says he has nothing to say of importance. All right, I'll go with it. I have 141. 141, and I've already applied those particular decals to some of my lower tiers.
So you have more. There's some hiding out somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I've probably got nearer to 150, 160, something like that.
That looks like the one I have the most of, from what I can tell.
I can't sell them. You cannot sell them.
I know.
So I don't want the Wargaming. Get them off. Give me the money. I feel entitled. Give me the money.
I can't believe you can't sell these either. That's crazy.
I know. It is what it is. Oh, did I say that?
Yeah. Some of these other ones I can sell, just haven't really got around to it. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, rabble. There we go, Wayne. Dude, 50 chieftain hats. Yeah, I've got all that as well. Who wants Meathead Militia? I mean, he's not even a thing anymore, is he, Meathead? He's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
He's gone. He's long gone. To heck with that guy. To heck with that guy.
To heck with him.
All right, so that was
He
drops.
didn't have the stamina. Anyway.
That was actually our discussion on drops.
Yeah.
So it looks like, from what I can tell, I didn't see anybody say they got a 3D skin.
No, stimulants only, I think. This Meathead puppet lives forever.
I liked Meathead. He was good. He was pretty good.
Yeah, he was cool. I liked it. Yeah.
Only
stims. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. How else would you find out who got epics?
All right, so moving on to another thing that Pilgrim found. A new tank has showed up.
Oh, yes.
In Super Test? Yeah, we're on Subject du Jour. So tell us about it.
Okay, tell you about this new tank. Right,
yeah.
Premium Tier 8. Premium Tier 8.
Light
tank.
8?
Yeah, sorry, Tier 7.
Okay.
Sorry. Too many strokes. Literally too many strokes.
Like just right now?
Yeah, like just right now.
Yeah, I just stroked out.
Oh, no, stop it, Kjo. Stop it. Well, no, actually, it might be a Tier 8. Let me check. This is going to be interesting. I'll have to go back and check.
Kedge is dropping some codes, guys. You might want to check those out. There is a mini scavenger hunt going on. I forgot about that. I'm not involved, so I haven't really been paying attention, but there are some goodies for about 20 streamers or so. So there's a scavenger hunt going on.
There isn't there?
Yeah.
Right. I love the fact that that's a one-liner that you've just thrown out there. I'm not involved, so I don't give a damn. I'm not even going to tell you about it because I'm not involved.
They didn't ask me, all right? Okay? All right? I wasn't asked. I wasn't invited, you know.
Yeah, I was left out in the cold. Klaus Kellerman got invited.
Yeah, Klaus got invited.
Anyway, All right, where were we? It is a tier 7. My apologies. Light tank, and I'm not even going to attempt to say it, even though I can speak German. Aufklungspanzer. Anyway, it's the Panther. It's the light tank that is, according to Wargaming, a heavy reconnaissance tank. Yeah, the Italian heavy tanks are coming, Wayne. Okay, so this light heavy reconnaissance tank is big. It's if you do the comparison once you get it in your garage, you'll see it's big. It's like a Hawk 30.
Were you playing when it was in the game?
This new
the Awful Panther?
I was. Yes,
oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, when it was back. Yeah. Well, they brought it back as a premium. Of course they have. It was in the tech tree, but they brought it back as a. Oh, it's in super test, so we'll see how that pans out. But it's big.
Yes, Twisted. Exactly. The Aufklärungspanzer. The Awful Panther.
Aufklärungspanzer.
Yeah. So it looks like it's coming back as a Tier 7 premium.
Tier 7 premium.
Isn't the Super Chaffee still out there somewhere?
But that's for the 5 keys, wasn't it? Was that? Oh, no, yes, it was, wasn't it? That was the 5. Everybody missed it. We had a 30-minute slot where you had to send your keys back to Wargaming, and they gave you that. But everybody missed it because it was at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you had to bring it back up. Now I'm mad again.
See, we need this channel.
That's my question, though. Now there's 2 out there floating around. Which one is it?
Yeah. Well, they're all on super test at the moment, aren't they? So they're on like the 3rd iteration of super test.
Doctor Who, that's naughty. Come on now. You did not get a Super Chaffee for your keys.
He did, you know. He told me earlier on he did.
There's an A43 Churchill variant that never... Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't show up. So the speculation is that the Awful Panther is the well-deserved reward that should be sometime very soon here in November, because that's usually when it is. Could be the Super Chaffee, could be that A43 Churchill. I don't know.
Do you want me to really put the fly in the ointment and the cat amongst the pigeons here?
Yeah.
Because I read on the RU server, quote unquote, that it will be in the loot boxes at Christmas for this tank.
Oh God.
Yeah. That's what I read.
Speculation, or they had some kind of confirmation?
No, you hardly ever get confirmation on the RU server because they don't like confirming anything, do they? They like to imply, but the implication is that it's going to be a loot box tank.
Wayne, yet.
No,
yet.
We don't want it. I mean, it is reasonable. It is a medium tank support tank. It's a light tank that will go and spot and then come back and support the mediums on their pushes. It has good dispersion, 0.33. It's got a 1.2 reload time, 75mm gun with penetration values from 157 to 205, depending on your ammunition choice. It's got a 1,000 hit points available with a 75mm gun, 55 kilometers an hour. So it's not slow, but it's not fast.
Yeah.
But its frontal armor is absolutely rubbish. It's 85mm. So, you one shot to most tier. You're going to see tier 8.
Oh, really? It's got bad front armor? It used to be pretty well armored.
No, 85mm front armor.
What the?
I know, they've racked it right down. They've upped the power ratios. So it is going to be a fast tank from the off.
It was a great little ramming machine. It was a lot like the 5.4 at tier.
Yes.
I mean, it could ram other light tanks and just take them out. It was awesome.
Yeah. Sutek's right. I mean, the DPM is pretty abysmal, but it looks okay. But if it is a loot box tank, it's not going to... I don't know. If it's a Christmas box tank, it's not going to inspire me to buy boxes, put it that way.
Well, maybe one of the... I think that it's going to be the Italian heavy autoloader that's going to be the big draw for the boxes.
I think you're right. The premium heavy autoloader.
That's my opinion. I'm going to try to find the... Where's the German light tanks? Oh, I hate it when it does that. What did it used to be? Was it a 6 or a 7? Do you remember?
It was a tier 6, was it not? I think it was one below what it is now. They brought it out as a tier 7 premium. Thanks for the follow, buddy.
Did they take the records away from it? Is it no longer showing up in your stuff? Maybe it isn't. Oh,
No.
no, here it is. Yeah, it's still there. It was a tier. It used to be a tier 7, which means it's a tier 7
right,
again.
Okay. All right. Okay. I didn't realise.
So they didn't do what they've done with some of these others, where they kick them up a tier. Probably because this one was bad and it didn't need to be.
Well, they've just reduced its armour down to 85 mil. Thanks for the follow, guys. And we've got, is it Simic? Simic and Oddsmaker.
Right on, guys. Welcome.
Cheers, guys.
Guys or gals.
Is it? Well, can you get the stats on yours? I'm going to see.
Yeah, it's right here. I liked it. I had a 59% win rate in the thing in 160 battles.
Yeah. I'm having a look.
I enjoyed the tank. I thought it was great. Armor use was 0.7, so it didn't really have any even then. It was fun to ram stuff with.
Well, I think 85 mil. You're not going to be ramming much, are you?
No.
Not now.
Well, it's the weight of it that mattered. Really, it's not necessarily. I mean, usually if you got more armor, you got more weight, but it was just a very big, light tank and heavy for its tier, and other lighter tanks would get just mauled by it. But the gun was trash. It was a terrible gun. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it very well, because like I said, the Super Chaffee is still kicking around, so it's possibly the well-deserved reward, and then maybe the Awful Panther is one of the extra tanks that's thrown into the boxes along with the Italian Heavy Premium. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Christmas this year. With if it's this similar sort of thing as last year, it sets you up for the year. I loved what they did last year. I thought it was I thought it was really, really decent, and it kept me playing.
Are you excited for the rerolls?
Yeah.
Yeah, Twisted. And the reason it was faster is it's got the little light turret on it. So that upped its speed since it was lighter overall than a Panther.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the smaller. It was a tiny. It was funny looking actually. The turret on it looked like a little pimple on the top of it. The new model looks like it's maybe they've increased the size of the turret a little bit. It looks a little more robust.
Yeah.
But it was funny looking. The Alpha Panther had good DPM, but that isn't the case for the Super. Yeah, so they've screwed with the DPM. Well, we'll see. All right, that's Awful Panther. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, there's a lot in Super Test at the moment, so just switch that off. There's a lot in Super Test at the moment, so whether that's all leading into Christmas or it's just onward projects, I don't know, but there's a lot of stuff. Okay, Joe. Reroll's such a money grab. There's a lot of stuff that may well come out after Christmas as well.
I just had to throw that out, kid. What do you guys think? What do you think, Pilgrim? What are the odds they have the reroll mechanic this Christmas? And before you answer, if they decide to do the reroll mechanic, are they going to mess around with the worth of the boxes?
What scares me is they've just introduced that new mechanic.
Yeah.
In this last thing, and if they've introduced it, and it has been useful, or the data that lies underneath that has been collated by Wargaming, and they think it's a good idea, we're going to get it in December, and it's going to be abysmal.
Which is going to, I think that's going to decrease. That's going to decrease the overall value of it because they're going to have a chance of people increasing values, which means potentially the baseline is going to be much less lucrative. Yeah. That's my worry, and I agree with you.
Exactly that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I agree with you. They've introduced the mechanics, so
The thing for me, I think last year, notwithstanding that not everybody got the IS-3A or whatever, but a large percentage of the player base made a lot of gold, and a lot of them got the tanks, and so on and so on. I think Wargaming went, wow, that cost us an arm and a leg. We can't be doing that again. If you think about it, nearly everybody I've spoken to in the game made a lot of good gold, money, credits, whatever it might be, from Christmas last year. And I've got a feeling that Wargaming are reining it back a little bit. I just get that feeling,
Right.
Which will be a shame because it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my concern. That's exactly. I'm just looking at the tea leaves and going, all right. Well, what are they thinking here? Are we going to get some reroll mechanic with the overall worth of the boxes being less, with a very slight chance by rerolling of them to be more? They got away with it. People didn't like it.
No.
So, and just I'm just trying to imagine the firestorm of feedback that would happen. But they don't seem to care too much about that kind of thing, really. Only very often do they change anything due to feedback, negative feedback.
I think the NA guys are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Wargaming NA aren't really the masters of their own destiny.
No, they don't make those rules. Yeah, they just
defer back to Minsk.
They just implement what the mothership does. They did. I will give them credit on one thing. They did listen to everybody on the stimulants thing, because only giving 3 a day or whatever it wasn't working. People were pissed.
No.
They wanted to play the mode, and they couldn't without spending a bunch of credits, which was a real dick move on their part.
Absolutely, which is why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And then obviously the stimulants then started to kick in.
Well, then they changed it to 6 or doubled it or whatever they did. So they sort of listened, and they changed it around a little bit, I guess. But that's going to lead us in just a second to talking about the captured King Tiger, because it's a good subject. But let's have a little levity before, shall we?
Shall we?
All right. This, guys, I recommend this. Tank chest number 100 is the Rolls-Royce armored car, and David Fletcher is on his game. So there's some great stuff. I recommend you watch it, but I love this part right here. Here we go.
They've been used for damaged bridges, crossing sand and crossing ditches.
It'll get to it in a minute.
Thing. The only other thing is at the front is this odd arrangement here, the silver arrangement at the front. It's actually for carrying the royal standard. Her Majesty the Queen has travelled in this vehicle once at least, and at the time it flew the royal standard. And we've left the bracket that held the royal standard in place on the front of the radiator there. So that's nothing to do with the original car. It's actually been used quite a lot. It's used for.
So that was great. I just had to throw that out for the Queen. You see the Queen standing in the back of the armored car? Holy cow!
Fantastic.
I mean, she wasn't born too far off from when the car was made. I mean, it was probably she was she was born in the 20s, right? Or was it 30s?
Yeah. I mean, she was 18 during the Second World War, so 18, 19 years old. So yeah.
So she's not quite that antique, but it ain't far off.
You can imagine that. Ongoing.
All right, so we got the little levity. I highly recommend it, guys. The tank chats are fantastic, and David just has these like one-liners.
He's an eccentric Englishman, isn't he?
Chucks them out there, and it just cracks me up. All right, before we actually get to the Captured King Tiger, I know we've been playing this up. It'll probably be a terrible segment now that we've played it up so much, but
That's how we roll.
Yeah, it's how we roll, baby. You found an interesting thing over on the RU side about bots and mods that I had missed.
Yeah.
So,
okay. There's been a huge ban hammer go across the RU server just lately. People have probably read about it and seen hints of it especially if you play the EU server as well, because it's all over the forums there. But there's been some massive bans on people running bots or bot programs, and the complexity of the bots have almost reached human levels. So the skill levels of these bots were almost undetectable by their gameplay, and it became a massive problem at tier 10 on the RU server. And also it became a massive problem on I'm having CRS now. What's that? Ranked.
yeah, ranked. Yeah.
In September 2019, there was a flood of this in ranked battles. Wargaming did not admit it, but have said this. They have investigated that particular problem, and that problem has now been dealt with. But they're not admitting that that's what happened. But anybody who played ranked in September 2019 probably came across, especially on the RU server, came across a huge bot program, cheat, whatever you want to call it. So there's been some massive ban hammers being thrown out across the RU server. And I guess if it's bled across to the EU, there may or may not have been the same or similar sort of thing on the NA as well. So it's just like an interest more than anything. I don't think it has affected gameplay greatly, other than ranked battles and tier 10.
So I think Doctor Who's got a great question, and I think the answer to that is ranked.
Yeah.
You can grind ranked if you're just good enough and get discounts or get the tank. It is possible. And if your bot programs enough that you program it to hang out in the back and just get just enough damage, you can probably bot your way to the tank in ranked.
Yeah.
It's designed that way, so bad players, even though it takes them a long time, they can get it done. Yeah. And if you've designed a bot program that's just good enough to do that, you just run it and you don't have to play the mode. You just let the bot do it.
Just let the bot do it, yeah, absolutely. And what Wargaming have said is they managed to identify the key identifiers of the coding of these things, and they've dug into it, and they can now recognise it. So the problem should have gone away. But it's interesting to know that this was going on, but Wargaming wasn't saying a dicky bird about it. Never mentioned it at all.
Yeah,
this came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously they were doing their behind-the-scenes investigation, so they weren't going to say anything. But it was a guy called Octopus on the Russian server who's Wargaming employee who came out with it, and basically just said, yeah, we there was a problem, but it's been dealt with because we now can identify that coding straight away. So it's just an interest, really, more than anything else. So
yeah, Wayne, it's not a bad idea. I'm on the fence on that one. The quality of life mods I like. I don't use mods anymore because I've talked about it a million times. I just don't like having to hunt them down, and I don't like installing code from Russia on my computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not really something I'm willing to do. So I just play vanilla.
Yeah. I mean, I do. I play vanilla. I don't. I've had the I can't remember the one that's legal that has a zoom out mod for the maps, and then I stopped playing that because I thought, well, that actually is giving me a better advantage because I can see over a building. I can see where the enemy's barrel is pointing. He doesn't know I can see that, so I know to go the opposite way round. So that's the sort of advantage I wasn't happy I was getting.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's fair. So I got rid of that particular mod, zoom out mod. Yeah. If they're going to incorporate it into the game, great. So everybody's got it, fine. But if they're going to allow Aslan to have that as a legal mod, then for me personally, I just feel grubby.
No, I think it's silly that the zoom out mod's even allowed. It's a clear advantage. So under their own criteria for what is an advantage and what isn't, it's easily an advantage. It's arbitrary. I've said before, their rules on mods are arbitrary and capricious.
Yeah.
Arbitrary and capricious. I don't run them because they could change the rules at any time. I know examples of people who loaded Aslans or one of the approved mods and somehow something snuck through and they got a hit for it. It's just not worth it to me. No. So I agree 100% with people that say, you know what, the basic UI can be crap. They have incorporated some mods. They always do it half-assed, in my opinion, but they've tried. So there's that part, and then there's the other part of me that says, well, screw mods. I'm sick of the stupid things. Giving advantages, albeit small. I'm not a conspiracy. Oh my gosh, you wall hacks, right? I'm not saying you got wall hacks or anything like that. Yeah. So it's a hard thing because a lot of the cool things that they've implemented started as mods. Because what happens, and this goes back to the discussion about bots. People are smart, and especially coders are clever. And Wargaming didn't talk about it because they were trying to figure out what the F was going on. Once they figured it out and stopped it, that didn't stop the guys building mods and bots. No. They just changed direction. Like, okay, well that got blocked. Now how do I figure out a way around that? I mean, it's a constant revolution of one-upsmanship. Someone figures out how to do it, they block it, and it just keeps rolling. Yeah. As long as there's an incentive. And I think it's pretty big money for these guys. There's overtank.com, the guys that will grind your tanks for you. There's other services like that. You're going to end up giving them your email and your account,
isn't it?
Yeah, your account password, and they're going to grind something up. But I personally I can't figure it out what the point is. If you're going to play a game, why do that?
If you're going to play a game, surely you play the game because you get the enjoyment out of it. Whatever the end result is, if you grind your way up to 10 and whatever, that's the enjoyment part. That's the raison d'être more than anything of playing the game. Why hand it over to somebody else? Go and have a cup of tea, a sandwich, and a week off, and come back and go, oh look, I've got tier 10s now.
But clearly, people want that because these guys offer the service. So it's you don't put this whole process together and not make some money doing it. I mean, you can, and if it fails, you stop. Well, it's been going on for a long time, so clearly people are paying them to do these things.
Hey, thank you for that, the Gambler UK.
Gambler UK, man, thank you. So when I say things like, personally, I don't understand it, as a concept, I completely understand it. People have money. They want a tier 10. They don't want to play the game. They just want a tier 10 in their garage. Here's $20, 100, whatever the hell it costs. They want a reward tank. I don't want to do that thing, but I want that 279E on my account, or the 260, or the concept 1B, or whatever thing they want. And they just throw some cash at it because they have it and they don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
no, and exactly that. I mean, okay, so there are, and we know there are streamers out there that play different games, like Call of Duty, that have been found out running mods that were illegal, etc., etc. So it's right across the range. You know, there are people right across all games that will want that advantage, will want to get to that top level without having to put the hard work into it. And if they've got the money to pay for it, they will do it. Absolutely, I accept that.
I mean, it's like going down to South America and rigging 3 marks. I mean,
oh yeah. Well,
I mean, I got it. It's a status thing. You want a 3 mark, but you rigged it to get your 3 marks. So where's the status? It's all a facade, right? Like, oh, look at me. I'm great. I got a 3 mark. I'm like, first of all, nobody gives a shit that you have a 3 mark.
I haven't got any 3 mark tanks at all.
Yeah. The only person that cares in this little discussion is you, who just rigged for your 3 mark. So give yourself a pen.
I've got a 3 mark. I've got a 3 mark T95 Chieftain.
So there's no real money in 3 mark. That's just a status thing within the game. But it's an incentive, and people like that, and they want to have 3 marks on their tank. So I understand why they do it from a logical, conceptual idea. I personally, as a gamer,
it doesn't sit with my psyche or your.
Sure, right. As a gamer, I don't get it. I mean, what's the point? Why would you want to? But I do understand why they do it. So, I don't know. Yeah,
I 3 marked my church one on the NSA server for fun. But I mean, I think is it anywhere below level tier 5 on the SA server? It's all bots, isn't it? So or something like that. I don't know. But
so I like, actually, you know what? So we'll discuss that a bit. Doctor Who said I did it for giggles. You know what? I get that. Why not? Who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Us complaining about it becomes a who cares. Why do you even care, Guido? Well, not really. It's a interesting discussion item.
Yeah.
If you're gonna try to lord it over some other gamer how you 3 marked, and you happen to have done it down on the rigging it on the South American, where it becomes a problem for me, this whole discussion, where it becomes a problem for me is when they get overpowered tanks by doing stuff like that. So marathons or other rigging events. The 279E, you're rigging missions, and now you have a really powerful tank. That now you're affecting me. I don't care if there's 3 marks on your tank has nothing to do with me. I don't care. It doesn't hurt me. But if you show up in a 279E because you rigged on South America, or even NA for that matter, now I'm irritated, because now it starts to affect me and my game. Because you have this ridiculous overpowered tank because you got your buddies together and rigged for it. So there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, that is absolutely the truth of it, isn't it? Is that personally, we're all individual people. You play the game how you want to play it, but don't affect my game. I'm not interested in what you do, buddy. Whatever you want to do to make yourself feel good about this game, that's fine. That's nothing to do with me. But don't play in my game and then ruin my day. Don't affect my game because you've just cheated your way to where you are.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in you, mate.
Wayne says the only marks on my tanks are shell holes. Yeah. Sometimes I 10 mark my tank. I 10 mark my tank.
I am the sacrificial Brit. So I always get the 10 mark.
I have to tell the enemy to stop, guys. Stop marking my tank. That's enough. That's enough. I mean, let's just stop at 10 mark. It's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Twisted is right. you can only do the campaign missions at tier 6 and above. So
Yeah.
I don't know. You know.
Cliffy says the third mark is gauche. Gentlemen only go to 2.
That's spot on.
You,
Absolutely.
you greedy git. Stop at 2.
Oh dear.
All right.
That's fun, though, isn't it?
So let's do it, man. Let's fire off on the.
Let's do the King Tiger thing.
on the King
'cause
Tiger.
It raged me. It raged me this morning when you told me about it because I didn't click.
All right, guys. So as we all know, I think most people do, the captured King Tiger was a free rental that was linked to Prime Gaming, and you could have had it for like a year. So a lot of people had it in their garage, and up until I think the Starlight, the boys thing, it was what you got. You got that. If you already had it, then you got missions, all kinds of good stuff. So it was never really clear. I'm going to actually bring this up. It was never really clear what they were going to do. And here's the article that's on and it's the same article, by the way, that's on all of the servers. The wording's exactly, at least on EU, because the English EU version is the same as the NA English version. So just let's leave it at that. So what's happened is they kind of effed this up. Let's just read the article first because there's some funny crap on this to begin with.
Okay.
It cracks me up. The formidable U.S. King Tiger captured Tier 7 has become a real friend in combat for many of you since it was added back in May 2019 as a rental premium tank, so they throw that out there. As part of our update to Prime Gaming, bringing you new and exciting free content every month. Now this is bolded and this cracked me up. The King Tiger C was removed to make room for the latest offers. Did we run out of digital room? Was there too many pixels?
The pixels took up that amount of room, so they had to get rid of the pixels. What a crock of sugar! For lack of a better word.
I suspect what that sort is talking about is the contract between the two. That's not part of the contract anymore. So, but they use the wording of remove to make room, which is ridiculous.
Yes. And then whether that's a translation issue or it's just somebody thought that would be a good thing to say.
Yeah.
Give up.
All right. So they gave you 2 options after that, or not necessarily 2 options. There's 2 things available. Number 1 is you're going to get coins. I'll show you how to get to that if you haven't figured it out yet. You're going to get coins, and then you can rebuy the tank. So it was never really discussed what the final disposition of the tank was going to be. I think a lot of people figured that after a year it would just kind of be left in your account since you paid for Prime Gaming for a year, and as a perk for paying for Prime Gaming for a year, and being part of that you would end up keeping it. Yeah,
and that would be a natural thing to feel and think because that's almost the logical thing. That's even in a business case, that's the logical thing. If you give something away as part of a package for a year, then even as a business case, let them keep it. It's fine. It's done with. It's history. I mean, Sparky's absolutely right. I mean, he had it for 16 months, and the discount was the same for someone who only had it for 1 month. So if you're going to do that, then give people a bigger discount for having it for longer. Surely. Or I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you because I think the point of this discussion at this point now is there were about 852,573 better ways to do it.
Yeah. Where did you pull that number out?
I did the calculations. It was rough, so I did some rough calculations.
To the T.
Yeah. I threw some RNG in there, and the numbers got a little crazy. But
yeah, that's a good number. I must remember that one.
Yeah. I'd have to look at the recording because I don't remember what the number is. 852,000, I believe, was where it started. Wayne says that's all. And I can see you guys, it's blowing up. So everyone's like, you know what? That's BS. It's terrible. I wouldn't Wayne says I wouldn't rebuy that tank.
No, and Doctor Who is quite right. You can still find a statement that says as long as you have a Prime account, you keep it. So
all right, Doctor Who, do you have that link? I would love that link. I cannot find that wording, and I keep hearing people say that it exists, but I have yet to see it. Somebody posted when I read it, I'm like, no, that's not what it says exactly. it says as long as you have your Prime Gaming and Wargaming account linked, you will keep it. But if there's something, I keep hearing that there was something to the extent of you'll be able to keep it at the end, and my understanding is that got deleted off of the page. So I don't know if someone's got a historical link to that page before it was changed, or if it was even changed. So that's a bit of rabble-rousing. I can't prove it because I don't have the stuff in front of me, but that's why.
Banzai has just reiterated what was said before. He had it for 36 months, and he's got the same coins as someone who had it for 12. It is a screw job all round. And yeah, 5 keys. Kjo, it is the 5 key thing all over again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it gets worse than that, because it's not just that the general plan was kind of crappy overall, i.e. we're going to take it and then resell it for $20.
Yeah.
Because they often don't think through all of the iterations of what can happen, and I understand it's a big game, but the problem is they keep doing stuff. So what happened was they took it out of everybody's account, but the 1,500 gold skin stayed in the accounts. So either that was overlooked, or they thought, ooh, we'll be nice and leave the skin. I think it was overlooked.
I think it was overlooked because leaving the skin is an incentive not to try and buy the tank back.
Well, until this happens, because what happened is, because they weren't thinking it through or hadn't done it all right, there's a little bit of calm. I can't get into my personal discussions with Domo and some of the other guys. No. I will paraphrase some of it without
breaking the
rules. But the gist of it is, and also if you read Tragic's thread on the forum, she also discusses this stuff out in the they call it customer facing world. So no kidding, directly from Wargaming to the customers on the forum, that it was a mistake what happened. Okay, so the reason that's important is because for the first few people who went, screw it, I'll spend $20 to get the tank back.
Yeah.
Do I say get the tank back or call it buying? To
Wargaming. Do you know what? Personally, it's buying it back. It really is.
Well, and that's the thing. To Wargaming, it's here's a good deal. To a lot of customers who had the tank for a year, it's now I have to pay to buy it back. But however you want to look at it, when you did that, because the skin was part of the package, and you had the skin in your depot, you got 1,500 gold compensation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Early on. And there's threads to that.
Right.
So people are like, ooh, that's good. So it's $20. It's a $20 tank, and I get 1,500 gold back as well. That'll be cool. So people were doing it. And then, as usually happens, somebody types it in the forum and says it's happening, and Wargaming started to figure it out. Now, whether they saw in the forum or maybe they just saw the interactions happening and they figured it out, whatever. They went, ooh, that...
there's a lot in chat. Sparky's saying the archive.org, and also Doctor Who's saying there's a YouTube with it, they talk about it, so it might be interesting at some point.
So what happened? Yeah, so people are getting the gold out of it, and then they cut that off. Well, I happen to know personally somebody who bought it early, got the 1,500 gold compensation.
Yeah.
So he bought the tank, and then the skin got pulled out of his account.
Oh wow!
I'm trying to get the timing down on this because so he bought the tank, got the 1,500 compensation, spent the gold because he wanted to get some stuff. Then the skin gets taken out. And Wargaming will not give him the skin back until he has 1,500 gold in his account for them to take back.
Really? That is... wow. That is like kick you while you're down. That is disgusting, isn't it?
So that is info as of about a day or two ago. I don't know if he has resolved it in a better way. So, isn't that awesome, Doctor Who? That's some stuff. So... let's reiterate. The general plan was crappy, I think, overall. The implementation was bad. And then when a mistake was made, Wargaming refuses to eat the mistake and is going to make you pay for the mistake.
Yeah. But you know why they do this? And this is historical because they've had problems like this, similar problems in the past where they have ignored the customer base and basically done what they wanted to do. Is because that thing that nobody ever reads, the EULA, states implicitly that we just borrow all this stuff from Wargaming.
Well,
it actually is owned by Wargaming.
That's all digital rights on games, though. It's not just their EULA. You don't own anything on an online game. The company, you're renting it.
It's all pixel. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're renting access to it is all you're doing.
And that's how they get round it. That's how they get round treating their customer base like a piece of crap. Is exactly that. They'll just go, well, it's not yours in the first place anyway, is it? if they really want to push the button, you know.
It's like I've always said. I don't really get too bent if somebody makes a mistake. That happens. Yeah. It's how you react to the mistake that matters.
Absolutely.
And it's yet another self-inflicted shot to the foot, right?
Yeah.
Just go, oh crap, we blew that. Everyone who got away with it, great, and they've done that in the past on a couple of occasions.
Yeah. They have. I mean, where the mistake was easily rectified and not of a great importance to the Wargaming, they have done that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My big deal with it is that, to be honest, it's not going to stop me playing the game. I love this game. It's not going to stop me playing it. What it does is just make me cynical and a little bit sour about it. And I mean, I don't dwell on it. I don't not get an 8 hours sleep every night because I'm dwelling on what Wargaming does and doesn't. But at the end of the day, I like to be treated with the respect that I give out. So I respect Wargaming for providing me with a superb game, which I absolutely love to play. And so respect me as one of your customers and don't mug me off like that. It's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it does. It ends up feeding into the Wargaming is greedy and they're an evil corporation and all that stuff. And I get why it does, because that's what it looks like. And you might say, well, that it looks like that because it is. Like, I'm a little bit. I back off that just a little bit because it's just humans and they make mistakes. But again, 100%. If you make a mistake like that, own up to it. Put some calm out there, and then if people got away with something that you buffooned, let them keep the 1,500 gold. What the hell?
Yeah, how do you price point that? There is no cost to that. In reality, there is no cost to that. They provided a pixelated skin, or a skin of pixels. Okay, there is a hidden cost. I know it had to be designed and so on, but those that actually ended up with the skin and the extra gold. Do you know what? Take the hit, Wargaming. You're raking in millions every year.
Yeah.
What's even $1 million going to do to your company?
I mean, Sutek makes a good point. There's definitely a difference between being legal and respecting your customers. I mean, There's a difference between what's ethical and legal. Just because it's legal doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
But which is what
and Wayne's quite right with that. Actually, it's the mindset, and we've talked about this before, Guido. The mindset of the Eastern sector, if you like, I don't know what to call it, Eastern European, Russian, so on and so on. When it comes to business, it's totally polar opposite to the way that the westernized world.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah.
To them, they're saying, "What's the problem? It's our business. We'll deal with it how it should be dealt with. What's the problem?"
Yeah, but I know that's changing slowly. The thing that always reminds me of that is when Eastern Europe opened up. This has nothing to do with tanks, but when Eastern Europe opened up, you could go there on vacation and you could get 25-cent beers and 50-cent beers, and the food was super cheap, and you could go to these great places. Well, over the years, they realized our price point's too low, and they've started to understand, and customer service kind of follows a little bit as I figured that out. But you're right. You can go to Germany, and Germany's a lovely country, but you're not getting any customer service in Germany. No, they're doing you a favor. You come into their restaurant, they're doing you a favor. Yeah. Even to some extent in the UK, it's like that. When wife's cousins came over, they sort of drove them crazy. The amount of times the waiter in the US comes over and some of the higher, like mid to higher sit-down restaurants, let's call it that, not fast food or whatever, not like Applebee's, but you go into a one-off sit-down restaurant and you're going to be, he would say, hovered over, you know. And at one point he's like, bloody hell, does he want to sit with us?
Yeah, because I get that. I understand that, because in the US, and this is, you know, this is standing up for all the waitresses and waiters out there that serve food every day in, day out. It's not highly paid, and you rely on big tips.
Right. That's the big
money.
difference. Yeah.
So you're there. Where in the UK, the service charge is added to your bill whether you like it or not. So you got no choice. It just comes as part of the bill.
Yeah.
But in the US, it's an addition that goes to
right.
the person. So you get that interaction.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just a different concept of, you know, what you're there for and what you expect.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, you know, we talk about a lot. It's definitely an Eastern European company, and it's got its own ways of doing things. And ultimately, this is the hinterlands of NA, so it doesn't really matter if we got a little miffed about it. I don't know what the EU... I think the EU wasn't too happy about it. At least the English-speaking part of EU wasn't... Yeah. There were plenty of posts in that form about it. I don't know...
And also, to be fair, the RU server kicked off about it.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, I had a look this morning when I was looking this morning, and there's plenty of noise about it. Plenty of noise. And also on some of the various websites that they got running out there. You know, like what Express leaks and all that sort of stuff.
I mean, what we don't know, is what the contract said. There may very well be something that somehow they wrote into it early. I mean, I don't know what the hell Amazon or Prime Gaming's skin is in the game for a tank on whether it stays on an account or not. I'm sure it's written in there somehow, but I don't really understand what's going on there. Like, do they own that tank? Do they own the licensing for that tank? They might. Maybe they own the licensing.
Well, they may well have. Yeah, exactly that. They may well have. I don't know. You need it. The only profit base that they would get is that people would have to sign up to Prime to get that tank. So that's how they make their money.
Oh, sure, right.
That's the only way.
But they might actually have the licensing rights to that model. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, why else? Unless it's just purely a money grab by Wargaming. And when I say money grab, dudes, it's all a money grab. Of course it is. You have to make your decision on whether it's worth it to you. I'm not against a little greed. That doesn't bother me. A little greed makes the world go round. But
it's how business works, isn't it? So I absolutely don't not Wargaming for trying to make money, because they've got bills to pay. They've got developers to pay. They've got etc. etc. They've got a whole it's an industry.
Yeah.
And I just feel that the understanding of their customer base is lacking.
Yeah,
very much.
I mean, it was a questionable plan to begin with, which kind of sucked, and then the execution early on was atrocious, and then they didn't own up to the mistake, and they still stuck it to people. I mean, the whole thing, start to finish, was just a shit show.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really was.
Well, we've had those before, haven't we?
Yeah.
From Wargaming.
So for my part, I will not be buying a $20 captured King Tiger, even though I quite like the tank and I was tempted to do it. I will not be purchasing that tank. I know some of you guys said the same thing, just on the principle of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So there you go. There, captured King Tiger, another unforced error on the side, on the Wargaming side. Not a problem that should have even been happening.
Well, Sutek makes a good point. I'll still play the game, but it does start to grind on me when you start to get these sort of things happening. And all right, maybe in a month's time I'll forget it. After Christmas, when I've got a garage full of gold and some nice premium tanks, this has gone under water under the bridge.
Yeah.
But overall, it will.
Well, some of the guys are making great points, Pilgrim, about it's the loss of goodwill that they're never going to get back.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And that plays into, it's not a direct correlation just because you build a lot of goodwill. That's actually not true. If you build enough goodwill in your company, people will support it.
Yeah. Yeah,
right? It's either something they want so badly they'll hold their nose and get it from you because maybe you're the only person. And that, unfortunately, there's a little bit of that going on here because it's the only game like it that's good anyway.
Yeah.
And if you build up enough goodwill, that starts to free people to be a little more happy about paying for stuff. And I think they really missed the mark on a lot of that. and they prioritize a little bit too much sometimes getting their money out of people, vice just going build some goodwill. Now, break, they just gave a bunch of Tier 7 premiums to people.
Yes.
So what?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, how do you rectify that with what they've done with the King Tiger?
Right, that's what I don't get. It's so incongruous. It's just
who
like,
made that decision?
Yeah.
Who made that decision? You're like, what? You know, and Eric Virus and Sparky, quite right. If Amazon had any input into that, they would have dealt with that differently. Absolutely.
maybe.
Because I think they understand their customer base.
Yeah.
Eric the Virus, yeah. I mean, it is important to make money in a business to pay your people. But yeah, you're right. If you use your customer base as a sponge of money and soak them all the time, you're going to lose them straight away.
And what about the dichotomy of giving away the Eagle 7 and then taking?
Yeah.
I mean,
How
it's
does that? Yeah. How do you marry those two? How do you marry those? I've no idea. You've got one department saying, "Yeah, we're the King Tiger department. We're going to screw the customer base." Then you've got another department going, "Yeah, we're the War Vets department, and we're going to give them a free tank."
we love our veterans, but we do not like our Amazon customers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Prime Gaming is screw you guys. Hey vets, here's a Tier 7.
K-Joe keeps pulling out the 10-year anniversary.
Oh, he wants to get on the
10.
10.
5 keys. I've got 5 keys in the garage somewhere.
I actually deleted that. I deleted that this morning from the script. I'm like, all right, we're not going to say the 10-year was a total letdown.
Wait at it as well. You just want to see Pilgrim rage.
For the record, we didn't say it. Kedge said it.
Yeah, Kedge said it.
We just got set off on it by Kedge saying it.
Christmas should be a real thing, says Banzai. I agree, mate. If it is,
we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
we'll see. The first coffee talk of 2021 is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
all right, man. Well, I think we've pretty much beat up what we can talk about this week, man. You got anything else to add before we get going here?
I've just as an interest, as a little note, there is no Pilgrim story, and I'm saving all the Pilgrim stories up for Christmas. Okay, they don't open any doors. No, you're right. But I've got a little thing here. I just watched a game on the Russian server, and there was a guy in a mouse, and he was last man standing. The rest of his team. It was Empire's border he was on. He was last man standing, and there were 9 enemy tanks, right? 9 enemy tanks.
Yeah.
And he was on his own in his mouse. He did 10 kills. I won't go into every detail, but he went into 10 kills. He got 10,668 damage, and he bounced 7,980. Right? Massive game. And he still didn't get an ace tanker. What do you need on the RU server to get an ace tanker?
What was his experience? What was his experience?
Do you know what? I didn't look.
Yeah, that'd be the key right there. He might have been. I bet he was top tier. Maybe he shot a bunch of tier 8. Still, you would be surprised if you did that much damage. Blocking damage doesn't give you experience, unfortunately.
Oh, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
There you go. That's why. Well, just for me, I was like.
If it does, it's not much. If it does, it's not much. But I don't.
Right.
I don't think it does.
Did he win, Wayne? Yeah, there was an IS-3. There was an IS-3-2, I think, was the final tank.
Yeah.
And he just rammed him, shot him, rammed him again. I wish I kept the link because you could watch it.
It's a good question, though.
Again.
It's a good question because if you don't win, you get less experience. So that would also hurt.
Yeah,
you.
he won the game. It was he was the only tank alive in the game out of 30 tanks.
Wow.
And I just thought, and I looked at the card at the end and I went, no way. What do you need to get an ace tanker?
Yeah, you'd have to look at the experience. I mean, if the experience was 1,400, that would be crazy. That means the experience required is high. If it was if it was 900 or 1,100, you wouldn't really be that surprised.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll find the link and then I'll let you know on the coffee talk next week. I'll just make a note. I'll find the link to the game again and see if I can watch it again. That'll be interesting to see the experience.
Well, all right, guys. I appreciate everybody coming by. Holy cow, we got 50 viewers. That's fantastic at the end. Thanks for coming by. If you missed it and you want to check it out, the whole VOD will be up as soon as we finish here. You'll be able to go back and check it out. For those of you who are new, we've had some new people show up. This is our weekly podcast, Coffee Talk. We just talk about World of Tanks, all things World of Tanks, and some other games along the way. We definitely appreciate yes, they did. Clemson went down last night. That was a great game, man. That was well worth watching. That was awesome. Anyway, appreciate everybody coming by. Thanks so much. That's it from the left side of the Atlantic.
And it's farewell from Pilgrim on the correct side of the Atlantic.
See you guys.